Good day everyone. So now we're just gonna talk about the classification society or the ship's classifications. So I will be doing some videos with regard to class survey. So I will not be doing so much about it. I will not talk about it so much because it can be googled, and if you're studying in marine engineering, so you should know about this. And if you're an officer on the ships, definitely you should know about it. Okay, so we will talk about very basic rules about the classification society, why it is here, and later on the video I will show you the preparation that we do during the actual annual class test in the presence of the class surveyor. Okay, so our vessel is a class under the LR, Lloyd Registers. Okay, so under UK, and then in order for us to be renewed our certificates for annual class, we have to show that all of the machineries inside the engine room are working properly. He gave us the list, and we will follow the list accordingly. Sometimes you are lucky that your vessel is have a short time in port. They make an annual very easy, but for us it's different story because we are in dry dock. So they have time for us, so that's why we have some difficulties because the class are very tough here in dry dock, and they wanted to see everything are working. So with regard to class classifications, in very short definition, it's just a process of verifying ship standards against the requirement. So it's those people that will come on board will verify everything in the machineries that all working in the ship. Okay, according to the ship classifications, it's a process verifying ship standard against a set of requirements. Then the requirements are laid down in the rules established in the classification society. Okay, so it will imply in the ship's survey during construction of this on the basis of design, approval, tested before taken into service, and surveyed regularly during the time of the life expectancy of the vessel until the vessel are scrapped. Okay, so the classification societies issues rules setting requirements for the design, construction, and testing of the vessel. Okay, and I will not go on again. I will not go on so much about this. I will just be taking some more important facts that need to be tell to everyone with regard to this class, no, and it's actually the basic of this class is more on marine safety. At the end of the day, it's also the safety. Okay, so we have 13 class that more active. They consist of 90% on the class society all over the world. So we have 13 that is composed of the 90% of class that is registered to them. So this 90% classification are American Bureau of Shipping (ABS), Bureau Veritas (BB), China Classification Society (CCS), and Det Norges Veritas (DNV), Germanisches Lloyd (LG), Korean Registered (KR), Lloyd Registered (LR), Nippon Kaiji Kochai Class (NK). So this was Japanese (NK), and Registro Italiano Navali (RNA), and the Russian Maritime Registration of Shipping (RS). So basically these classification organizations worldwide, these 13 major classification society that claim that over 90% of commercial tonnage involved in international trade are under them. So okay, so as again, I will just show you the most important things that need to consider during the annual class survey. We have a list actually. I will present to you the list on the videos so that you can also check, and it could also help you guys to prepare during the class annual survey. As again, it's depend on the surveyor. If the surveyor is strict, we have to do and follow the recognized rules about the class survey requirement. But if you're lucky, no, you're lucky, and the vessel have only short time in port, sometimes you will not test everything. So they will just look onto the to the certificates, especially if just only an annual test or annual survey. Okay, so again, thank you very much for listening. We will now present you the video of the preparation we done during the class survey. All right, guys. Required list. So we will go through this. We'll go through this. What we can do, what able we can manage to do this day, and then the rest it will be impossible. But definitely we already been tested this because last time we are in dry dock. In May 20 and May 28 we already test some of the important things with regard to this list. And also last April 4, when the vessel are started to be towed, we already test also because the class surveyor from LR class also attended the vessel for the testing of all the safety requirements that they need before the vessel towed under the class requirement. Part of the list we have here is the quick closing valve for emergency generator. So we're going to test the emergency quick closing valve. So we will trigger it now. Let's go. Hit it. Good. So we will try to reset after this. We already test this April 4 when the class survey came here, or before we tow. Also tested May 20 before going to dry dock, and also tested May 28 last time we go out to dry dock. So we will not make a load test now. If you wish to make a load test when you came here, we will do it. We will now run the generator. Dito battery. Hindi pa siya mag-auto, no?
Diskartehan mo na lang yan, ha?
Communication check.
Okay.
So now we're now using the power telephone.
Mamaya, ito na lang. And check natin. Okay, ito sa headset.
No, so we'll go to headset.
Okay. Hello? Oh, target clear. Okay, isa, testing ko headset. Hello? Take back up. Naririnig?
Ayos.
Hello? Narinig na?
Malayo ka kasi yung mic mo.
Okay. Okay, sige.
Okay, good. So communication is good. Working. Everything. Power telephone and sound telephone is working. We are now here in the steering gear room. Since we have problem with steering, we will just test the communication. Okay, so you heard that telecommunication are good.
Okay, so headset.
So we will go to headset. So part of the list is the communication on the steering gear. So we will be checking it.
Hello? Okay? Okay, isa.
Okay, all working good. Communication between the bridge and steering gear. We go to this is a power telephone. Sound power telephone, and we will now we go back to to regular telephone.
Saglit lang.
Okay.
Basa sa baba pa.
Good, good. Up. Sige. Okay. So both telephone are working. This one with the power telephone and the regular telephone. So both working. So next on our list will be, we already checked emergency generator fuel oil tank, emergency generator manual start, steering gear. We cannot take only communication. Emergency power pump already tested last time on deck department, and we'll now go to emergency compressor. So this is our emergency compressor. So now it's local, it's running. Now we're feeding the emergency reservoir. So with regard to the next step, first start arrangement of our starting auxiliary generator. We done it already in dry dock last time. When we leave the dry dock, we from full blackout to ship's power, and then we do it also May 20 from ship's power to full dry dock power. So we will not test it. If you wish to do it, we will do it. But so now, because the vessel is already afloat, we will not test it because it's already been tested last time. Okay, with regard to general examination of engine room, the engine room is a little bit good. It's better. It will be checked and being checked accordingly. Next on the list is the main engine and auxiliary engine fuel oil double skin pipe. So we have also good double skin on our piping for main engine and the generator. Now we will go to test the fuel oil leak alarm. So the fuel oil line is already double skin. It's well protected, main engine. So we're going to test the fuel oil leak on main engine. It will be monitored on the monitor, so it's working. So we have now the fuel oil leak alarm. Okay, so main engine fuel oil leak alarm. So it's already there. Today is June 5. Okay. So we have the emergency remote control valve for high Seachest and low Seachest. But we can only try to test the low because it's not working. The Seachest is high. We cannot do it because the water is still low. So we're doing the quick closing valve for emergency. So we will
available generator number 1 is running, so we'll do to number 2 and number 3. Main engine, we can only do it when we change over to fuel for the emergency line. So we'll now test number 3. So is it okay? So we'll put it back. Closing of engine will be done if the changeover of fuel line. So next will be the EMS item. Fire alarm already been tested. So we will now test the bilge alarm of the engine room. And then later on the oil mist detector. To change over of engine room machineries will be done accordingly. But now we are not in normal condition. So every pumps are still working. And also we'll test the emergency, also the auxiliary generator engine trips and alarms. And also main engine trips and alarm. So main engine trips alarm are already been activated because the main engine is shut down. Again, shut down. All of the related safety on main engine is shut down because our loop oil are stopped. The safety are stopped. All are already activated because we don't have loop oils. So every alarm is already indicated here. Main engine in the shutdown position, shutdown active. Shutdown active, so there's already full of alarm for main engine. Now we'll go to check the bilge alarm. Later on we will check the generator safety. Okay, so everything here are already for main engine. So now we go to the alarm, bilge alarm. So, forward port alarm. Now we go to the forward starboard. Again, alarm activated. So we go now to up alarm. Again, alarm activated. This is the flywheel area. Okay, from alarm history, we check everything, all the bills well in the engine room, forward, port and starboard up, and also beneath the flywheel. Okay. So we also have a alarm for generator number 2. So we will now do some more alarm on number 3 generator. We will run the generator. So we have the alarm for actual shutdown of emergency number 3 generator. We are testing it. So I will just acknowledge. Okay, back to power system. Okay, So as you can see, the safety on number 3 generator are all tested. The major test for the press water, for the shutdown, for the lube oil pressure shutdown, for the fuel oil system shutdown, leak alarm high level. So now it's all normal. So everything is working on the number 3 system for the alarm, for major safety alarm. So now you can see the HT temperature is increasing. So 95 should be the high cooling water out alarm. So we will wait. So now it's 93, 2 more. We will wait more, 2 more. This is the cooling water outlet alarm for the number 3 generator. 1 more, 94. 95 is the alarm. So 95 is the high limit alarm. You can see now it's alarming. So it's working properly. All the safety on generator number 3 have been tested. We'll go to generator number 1. Okay, so all major safety on generator number 3 dated January 5. This is for annual test. We're already testing prior the arrival of the class surveyor. So all on generator number 3, all alarm. water outlet high. Sabi mo sir, okay na. So, number 1 generator, all safety alarm are being tested. High cooling seawater, low oil inlet, fuel inlet pressure, low pressure, fuel leak tank, high temperature, HT plus water inlet pressure, generator low oil inlet pressure. So, all that safety on number 1 are being tested. Also, now we will go to the final test, the shutdown. Shutdown for number 1, low oil shutdown. Alright, so all the major safety already tested. Last one. So the alarm for shutdown also here. We go to after number 1 generator shutdown. So this is for the whole system. Ito. Knowledge. Done. Go back to power. You will see all the safety alarm that been tested to number 1. Link to number 1. We go to alarm history. Okay, so the alarm, all safety for generator number 1, shutdown, common alarm, pressure, low oil low, low oil shutdown, fresh water, high temperature, and all major tests have been carried out on number 1 generator. Okay, so number 1, number 2, number 3, done. We go to main engine. So we'll be doing the oil mist alarm for the main engine. So we're going to test the main engine oil mist. We're testing now the mist. this is the oil mist detector alarm as expected because we already tested. So we will just reset.
Cell.
Reset.
Alarm
All.
set number 1.
So the oil mist crankcase high, slow down, and oil mist intensity high alarm, and the main engine safety abnormal. So it's already tested here and done. Also alarm shutdown here. So engineer's call. The alarm is already working for the duty officer. We go to emergency call. Okay, this is emergency call. So my duty officer will push it here. I will go up so that we can hear the emergency call. Okay. So this is engineer's call already working. This is the cabin of duty officer. It's working here. It's being called. So is all engineers cabin are working. Also working. Fourth engineer's call working. Third engineer working. Okay, so engineer's call is working. So engineer room is still with sounds. Nothing heavy. Alarm is still here. Alright, so the engineer's cars are working. Good. All the cabin are working. So, shut down.
Pakitingin mo nga yung temperatura ng media.
With regard to the steering gear and boiler, we have the boiler is not in service because we have to save some fuel according to the charterer that and also we have to maintenance on the boiler. It was also tested last time when the ship surveyor are here, the class surveyor before Vito, and also the alarms for the steering is here. All is here because it is shut down. So we have all here the alarms. We will go now to the engine telegraph, second means of communication. So we go down. We already finished the general examination for safety protection for auxiliary engine. Also main engine oil mist detections. After that we go to sewage and incinerator for the last group of this test. Ayos na? Okay, good. Okay. So we're going to test the holding tank for sewage. The high alarm. Pipicturean mo siya. Yung ginagawa nyo rito? Manual mo. So we have a high alarm for our sewage. So discharge pump up to auto and alarm off. Alarm 3. We have the sewage plant, common alarm, the high level alarm. We have the engineer's call. So we are now in the CO2 room. So we'll just check the condition of the CO2 room. So everything is good, running, exhaust fan. All the lights is on, good. We have 196 bottles. Yes, the total bottle was 196 if I'm not mistaken. Alright. So, once working, this one for cargo hold, and we have the main. So, instruction is here. Huh? Pang manual nga. Okay. So, this is for manual opening. Okay. So, everything is good. We will try to open it later on for the alarm. Okay, so we're going to start since we go to solid waste. So we heard the lock there. Now damper closing. Damper closing up. That's our incinerator. Expiring. The number, man? User? USR? Okay na, di ba? Nakalagi na eh. So we have here the alarm that we tested in Incinerator. Okay. So all the safety on Incinerator had been tested. Number one generator, we are doing the cleaning of filter, so we have the failure of the pump. Okay, last alarm is also our sewage holding tank. Sewage holding tank high. So it's also included in our checklist. So we have it. Alarm. Now the capacity is about 59. And we have only 150 centimeter on the hour sounding. Alright.
Now we need to test this quick closing valve. This is the number 1 line, which are the number 1 cylinder oil storage tank, number 2 cylinder oil storage tank, the number 1 HFO storage tank port side, and number 2 HFO storage tank port side. So this is the lever of the quick closing valve for the number 1 line. So we have the pressure of the air. This is the, we need to test this one.
Activation. Okay.
Come in, sir. So now this one is still in closed position. We will check the valve downside. So we are now here in the quick closing valve of the number 2 port side. Now in the open position. And this one, number 1 port side, now in the open position. Now let's check the cylinder oil tank. Now cylinder oil. Now we will activate the quick closing valve for this designated tank. Okay.
Okay. Ready?
Ready. Now in the open position, closed position. Now let's check the valves downside. And now the number 2 port side tank is already closed. And then number 1 port side tank closed also. Now let's check the cylinder oil tank downside. Next quick closing valve, we will test the number 2 line, which are the number 1 HFO storage tank starboard, number 2 HFO storage tank starboard, number 1 cylinder oil measuring tank, and number 2 cylinder oil measuring tank. Yeah, this one. This line. We need to activate this one. Now let's check the valve downside if it's in the open position. Where the cylinder rotation is now. The number 2. So the number 1 is open. So the number 2 also let's go for the storage tank both sides. This is the number 2 starboard side, quick closing valve for the bunker tank. It is in the open position, and this is the number 1. We need to check the valve. It's also in the open position. So now let's go to the fire station and we will activate the quick closing valve. So let's activate the quick closing valve for the number 2 line. Okay.
Number 2.
So this one is already open. This is number 1 cylinder oil. Closing valve. Already closed. The number 2 already closed position. Let's check the bunker tank for the starboard side. So this is the number 1, number 2 starboard side. Let's just check it. It's already activated. It's already closed. And then the number 1 bunker tank. It's also activated. It's already closed. So the number 2 line is all okay for the quick closing valve. Then now we'll check the engine room damper. This one. This is going to the engine room damper. The fan is already off. No. Now we will activate the
Damper and lower.
and damper and lowers. I will check up if it is closed or not. This is the fan room. We'll check if the fan is already activated. Now it's in the closed position. We'll check upside. Left side up. Okay, ta. It's in the closed position. Okay. Check for the other one. It's in the closed position. Next. Also in a closed position. The other side. Also closed position. Now I will check the panel.
Sa low burner.
We'll check for the louvers. Now close.
Now is open position. Fire down.